it comes in here in a minute, it kind of does a burst of noise. And
Yeah.
see what I mean there?
Yeah, we need to pause on that. Sorry, this is a lot of pauses already. That went from like here to like here without like going up. It just went bam bam.
Yeah, and I think that's the mix. Hello! Welcome to another rendition of Metal Review Cast. Today, we are reviewing the wonderful Delayed Departure and their new song, Losing Light. Oh, no, Losing Sight.
Losing sight,
I
yeah.
say Losing Light. I'm losing light today because I'm fucking in the middle of trying to sort out my monstrosity of an office. It's not actually that much of a monstrosity, but it's just like, it's all just falling in on top of me. And I need to breathe. So yeah, I'm losing light. But
Control.
but I will gain some sight.
Fuck's sake.
I've got to match Leon's intros, you know.
Yeah.
Saying so much and then just...
Especially as like the last few. I think he's done one with us. And then been a couple without him.
Yeah.
He's at work at the moment.
I really do need to get Corey a microphone so that Corey could take his place on days like these.
Yeah.
Just because Corey doesn't have a decent mic and the headphones that they used to use on the old PCs, like all fucked up and shit. But,
Yeah.
for future stuff.
Better anyway, because Leon don't care for metal anymore, so fuck him.
Although he forced us to listen to pretty much the entire back catalogue of Motionless in White the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he just loves them, and he was just like fucking. We had it on the big TV, and we were playing like board games and stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Had it on all night.
Yeah.
So he does have his moments.
He does. He's just missing out on so much at the moment. There's so much. Not even just like the lower echelons that we listen to, but like, see, one of his like former favourite bands, probably still one of his favourites, but he doesn't seem to listen to too much. But the Amity album is unreal.
Yeah, mate.
Like, it's stupid good. Like, Amity's always been consistently good, but this just feels like a level up. Like, there's still a lot that just sounds very Amity, but obviously, like, I see Dead People and stuff, just with the heavy nature of that song. It's fucking wicked.
Yep. But back to Delayed Departure.
Yep.
Our wonderful guys. So yeah, looking forward to this one.
Yeah. Thank you for the pre-release again.
Yeah, we caught up with him at the Caskets gig, didn't we?
Yeah.
All hugs.
Always see. Yeah. We always going to random gigs, seeing the boys. Even James didn't know. It's like, wait, you don't live up here? I'm like, no. It's like, why are you always up here? I'm like, gigs, bro. Fucking gigs. It's like me and Anton will travel up and down the country. We say this all the fucking time, but we're here for the music. We don't fucking give a shit. Like, yeah, it costs us a bit of money, but...
Yeah, man.
We're going to try a bit of fun, so that's for, like, you know, sort of Delayed Departure. The city is ours in London, so Anton came all the way down for that, so... Yeah, it's nice. There's a nice little community of people, so...
Yeah, man.
I'm excited for this one, because Charlie, mentioned a couple of bits regarding some of the singles that are going to be coming out in the future, potentially, so... I'd forgotten that this one was coming out fairly soon. From whenever this is coming out, I can't remember. It's like a week and a half or 2 weeks from when we record this. So we're pretty on the board, so.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah, although you surprised me with the lastminute.com message this morning. I was like, oh, shit, 1 o'clock. Maybe I could do my room by then.
Have a quick look. When does this? Trying to work out when it actually releases. No, 5th of July.
Nice. So,
head of the curve. Look at us go.
Is it?
Yeah, week after. Yeah, week after. So week and a half. But yeah, excited to see what they're doing. Again, we will give them their due, and we've spoken to Charlie about this at the gig as well, because we always moan about their inconsistency with social media releases, everything. they seem to be getting more like consistent with it. Even like they went to, I don't fucking remember where they went. I think last year they went to Prague. I don't know if it was Prague this year, but I can't remember. Or maybe it was. But they go on a little trip together, and they were posting about that on the actual page and stuff.
Nice.
Even little bits like that is good. It's just to showcase, you know, they're still together doing stuff.
They're still alive and active.
Yeah, they've been really good at this, so I'm looking forward to this. All right, let's go. I paused it already. I like that intro.
I do, yeah. It's great. I was more fixated on the fact that they're moving house, or are they in Dexter's dungeon right before he's about to carve them all up and murder them all.
God knows where they are. I actually don't know if he told me where they were. Yeah, I don't know where they've recorded this one.
With all the plastics around them and stuff.
Yeah.
Either packing up to leave, or it's a murder scene or something. Maybe you'll see, like, if there's a drop later on, there'll be blood splatters flying all over the place. But yeah, it's very I don't know, like the intro sounds very road trippy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I can see that.
Kind of just like an American road trip. You're about to get on and you got the music blasting.
Because that's it. We always talk about how they're not heavy. Sound a bit heavier live, like a lot of bands do, to be fair. But they're still nice, that heavy enough for what we enjoy. But yeah, they're also, they're not encroaching on a load of the other stuff that we quite like. And there's a lot of music in that area, so it's actually really nice. It's very listenable. I'll go back to the start with that. I didn't get coffee in the end. I got a Glen Moray.
The
one you got me, yeah.
A nice big ice ball as well.
Yeah, I have proper like diamonds.
It's nice, that Glen Moray, bro. I finished off the Tamverlin that was left in my hip flask the other day, so I put some Glen Moray in it, and I just couldn't stop picking it up. I couldn't stop picking it up. I was absolutely smashed.
Yeah, I'm having 30 milliliters, and I can fit that into my macros for the day.
It's so smooth.
Yeah, it's really nice now, because now I've got the single malt, and obviously I've got a bourbon as well, so it's a nice little mixture I've got.
All right, well I'll bring out the hip flask,
yeah,
and have a sip with you. Right, sorry, go on. Let's go. Sorry, I'm going to pause again. Not only is it a bit road trippy, and this is going to be controversial, but I do like elements of this band. It's almost got a Paramore-esque style to that intro.
Oh, it does actually kind of sound similar to one of
my opinion.
It actually sounds similar to one of the Paramore songs. Now that you said it.
Yeah, like in a good way, because I do like some of the musical elements of Paramore.
Yeah.
Especially early Paramore. But yeah, sorry, I just got that vibe from it, so I'm going to start it again. But yeah.
I also pretty much have that light. Mine just has a side bit. My light is exactly the same. I can't be asked to move my camera because my camera's not working. So.
Right, let's start again, sorry. said he was doing his own business there.
Why can't they just say who they're meant to be?
Okay. I have a criticism, and I don't know whether you hear the same, but it's really muddy, the sound, and I don't know whether it's YouTube just kind of mulching up the audio because there's just a bit going on, but
Yeah.
like,
Oh, what have I pressed?
I don't know. I don't know what you pressed.
It's going on to my mix. I was trying to I'll fix it. I'll work it out.
But like, I noticed it at the start that it was a bit muddy, but I thought I'll battle through it and say nothing. But just then when he when it came out of that chorusy bit and you had, I've forgotten the name of the drummer, he was doing like a little rolly
Ryan,
bit.
yeah.
Ryan. You could barely hear his snares as he's rolling.
Okay, yeah.
But there's a lot of thickness and heavy bass and things like that, but you could barely hear it. So I don't know. Typically these guys, their mixes aren't bad.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say it's a bad mix because it's not making my ears bleed, but I just found picking out the intricacies of what's going on a little bit, a bit lesser than what I expect from them. And I would like for the verse bit to have a little bit more atmosphere. There's like, I don't know, maybe I've been spoiled too much with electronics, and actually we should get back to having just raw bands and stuff like that without having a backing track and things. But I felt like they could bring some atmosphere into that verse a little bit, just to fill out the stuff with the vocals and the rest of the music that's going on. But
I see what you mean. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I probably agree with the latter part of, maybe we do need to get used to not having backing tracks on everything, but there's probably something else they can do. I know what you mean, because I just looked up, while we were listening, and I had a quick look to see if it was the same person. And it said Simon Jackman, and I'm pretty sure that's the exact same person they always use. Does that sound familiar? I'm just checking quickly. Because I thought it sounded not off per se, but yeah, it is the same person. Just a little bit different. We'll put the other song on after as well, just to kind of compare and see.
It well could be, and it's just the styling of it, but it seems a bit muddy. I want to rewind it a little bit further, just to kind of focus on what I was saying around the atmosphere during the vocals, because like you got a really energetic kind of intro, stuff going on, but then I felt like there was a bit of empty space.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Do you know, like, yeah. He's got the guitar doing the atmosphere. No, maybe not.
Yeah, see, pause again.
Yeah.
I'm alright with that, just because it is a build into something, isn't it, as well?
Yeah. I'm looking for something that doesn't need to necessarily be there. Yeah,
because it's like they went, obviously, say they started upbeat, then slowed it down to build back into, see, like the choruses and stuff's a bit more upbeat. So
yeah, I think I was just looking for a bit of a swell of sound around it whilst doing stuff. But again, we're spoiled with a lot of bands doing that, so maybe that's just a personal thing.
I think, see, like Charlie mentioned it to us regarding like the different sounds and stuff. Yes, I guess because it's not quite as upbeat or as like heavy as some of their other tunes. I guess if this ends up as an EP, don't actually know what's going on with that side. But if this ends up as a whole EP, then I guess it could work as a whole thing, that we're going on that journey, and it's not just all like heavier music. So
yeah, but yeah, I take back what I said on that first bit.
Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, we've got to analyse stuff, and I'm analysing my own analytics.
Damn right.
I'm like AI. Machine learning. When it comes in here in a minute, you can kind of do the burst of noise.
Yeah.
See what I mean there?
Yeah, we need to pause on that. Sorry, this is a lot of pauses already. That went from like here to like here without like going up, it just went bam bam.
Yeah, and I think that's the mix.
Yeah, that's
I'm
the
wholly
mix.
honest with you,
That's
because it
100% the mix.
It goes like from a almost clean to, and it's not just like, it doesn't get louder. It just goes from bzz to.
It just goes from 30 to 60 or like any equivalent basically. It's like it didn't
distorts.
It didn't go all the yeah, that was weird. Oh, I'm gonna try and actually let it play out now.
See what I mean about his rolling in? Barely hear it. Needs to be up a bit. Track itself is great. Nice.
I know I started from the bottom. Heads up becomes another problem. Is this something we should
Yeah.
Bit back and forth.
Oh, okay. I actually haven't heard this yet, by the way.
Haven't you? What a finish.
That was so atmospheric. It actually gave me goosebumps when I let oh.
That finish was fucking perfect, by the way. When they just said, din,
Yeah.
din, din, and then they brought it.
It leaves you wanting more as well, which is really annoying because I was like, let's keep going with the epicness.
And I like the fact that the whole video was black and white, and obviously the name of the song is called Losing Sight. But then it's like at that ending when they went din, 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 they got the vision back and brought the colour back in.
Yeah. There you
Like
go.
I think that's quality. Like the song itself is absolutely spot on, and just as we were saying to Charlie, it's Charlie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the gig. Like they have a unique sound in the same way that, like, you know, you can hear Casket's song and you instantly know that it's Casket's.
Yeah.
Right? I could listen to this song and know straight away it's Delayed Departure.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially with
Just
Mike's vocals, it's like very distinct.
Yeah, and just the overall composition is it's an absolute testament to their style and how good they are and what they do as a band. I just think the mix is a bit poor, and that's about it, really.
Yeah.
And it might be that other mixes are a bit off, but this particular one seems to showcase it a little bit more.
Yeah, it does. Maybe because it's not as aggro as a song.
You're losing detail in areas you need detail. The fact that you've got somebody doing ghost hits and rolls and things like that in the background to kind of help with the build-up, but you can only hear his actual snare when he's hitting hard. But yet you can hear the bass drums doing doubles and triples.
Yeah.
And things like that. You can hear there's a prominence of guitar whilst he's emphasizing some of the atmospheric stuff, and that's great. But as soon as the chorus kicks in, it kind of just distorts.
Yeah.
And gets muddy, and I think that takes away from the brilliance of the song itself.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't sound clear. We always talk about the drumming as well, and obviously, like with Caskets and James, like, you know, it was the same. It's quite funky in this, like what James does in Caskets for a heavier band, but yeah, it's kind of not ruined, but as you say, almost lost in transition with this because it is just muddied and it's too far back. So yeah,
and his drumming's great, man. He's got some nice intricate fills and all sorts. Interestingly, the cymbals sound great.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and normally mistakes are made in mastering where it can sound a bit too trebly or a bit too mid.
Yeah.
But it's actually the opposite. Like, there's a distortion in the mid and treble areas, but there's an emphasis on bass, which is quite an odd thing. So I wouldn't even say it's like a cookie cutter mix that's been done. It is something that's maybe deliberate, but it doesn't pan out as probably the way that the producer wanted it to.
No, I think that needs to be resolved. Just say that huge distortion. Well, that, yeah, I mean, like, lyrically as well, when you say, like, within the video, the story makes sense. See the video, it's a bit boring. But it makes sense from what they're trying to, like, portray. And as you say, like, right at the end, when we switch the colour, that's, like, a cool aspect of it. Because it's a little detail, but obviously it means a lot. You know, I was looking through, like, the lyrics and stuff as well. I think they're one of those.
Said he filmed it himself, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I would say I do probably have a little bit of criticism on that side as well. Just because, like, I'll start from the start, but like some of them obviously he's moving around, and we don't like too much movement because it does make us feel sick. But I think there needs to be a tiny bit more, because like shots where like Ollie doesn't seem to be the most what's the word I'm looking for? He's not the most like active bassist.
Animated.
Yeah, that's it. He just looks bored. And I'm not trying to be a prick, but I've noticed it quite a few times. I think the way this is shot, there probably needs to be a bit more movement and a bit more going on just to kind of hype it up. Because
it's almost too clean.
Yeah, it is. It's actually the opposite end of when we first fucking found Sync with Me, that Evan was just going with his camera. I think just because it is rock metal, that kind of genre, I think you need to do a little bit more movement, a little bit more panning. You could do a tiny bit of camera movement, but obviously shaking the camera can get a bit annoying. So I think there needs to be something else, because I like how it's shot and I like how clean it is, but it's too clean for the whole song, I'd say.
Yeah, I think maybe as well as the black and white filtering, there might need to have been some kind of noise on there, like something that makes it a little bit more what's the word for it? Just a bit gritty and grainy.
Yeah.
In these types of shots where it's a bit too clean.
Yeah.
You can like see their facial expressions, and like it's almost as if you're like watching them at a band practice.
Yeah.
But with stuff around them, it's like
I think I say it's too clean. I think if you could just like work on that aspect, because it looks nice, and like the way they transition and stuff, like there's points where the music, obviously there's a point of the music that hits and then it'll transition to the next part, so it's all like synced up nicely. It's just
and I get the minimalism as well. Like they're obviously they're in this kind of not tent, but they're hidden away.
Yeah,
again,
losing sight.
On the topic of losing sight, they're hidden away and just in this little bubble of not shit, because it's not brown or anything like that. But, they're hidden away in this little bubble. So the concept, everything is fine, and the actual video itself doesn't frustrate me in any way, shape, or form. Like you say, it's just the shooting of it. And sorry, Charlie, like it is. I know it's a difficult thing, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but there's lots of effects and after effects that you could just add to what you've already got to just make it seem a little bit more.
So a bit grungier. Yeah, maybe a bit of noise.
Grungier, yeah.
Just something like that, because you're a rock metal band, like, just to add to it's the atmosphere of the video rather than the music.
Yeah.
So, and I get that they might have wanted to do it this way, but yeah, it's too clean for me. I noticed it straight away, and I was just like, yeah, it's just far too clean. But it could be the way they wanted to shoot it. So
Yeah, but that painting that they did that they destroyed and fucking splattered all over, they should hopefully they keep that and then they can give that away to somebody at a gig, because that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be good.
You know, but I like the song. I can't. I give top marks for the tune itself.
Yeah,
They're just things around the post production and the actual video itself. I think needs a bit of work. But guys are on a budget and stuff like that. You know, they don't have as much time together as they need to have to keep pushing forward. But at the same point, if you're going to do it, there are things that you can do to make that a bit better, like putting more effects and filters and things on the video itself. Even if the video is exactly the same, you could do a few things that will make it a little bit more interesting to the eye.
Yeah, I think so.
Unfortunately, I've not been distracted away from the noise. Maybe if the video was a bit more interesting, I wouldn't have necessarily... No, I would actually. I'm anal retentive about sound. But
you would have.
Some people wouldn't have.
Yeah.
But overall, I would say it's a good tune.
Nah, it's another lovely.
And I love the wordplay between the two.
Yeah, getting more creative with their songs as well. As you say, it still sounds like them, but there's more creativity. Charlie's getting more involved in the vocals. That end portion was beautiful, but yeah, the
finish was fucking amazing.
There's like a real place for them, just because they very much fit into, like, I still don't know what like genre they are. Not that it really matters, but like Hands Like Houses have gone a little bit lighter. Not that Hands Like Houses were ever that heavy, but they definitely fit into that kind of genre, and I could see them like touring with a band like that. Just because they're not quite metal, but they're not quite rock. They just sit in this weird place in between where they're not too light, but they're not too heavy. So there's a few nice bands out there that these guys would really, really suit. So
absolutely.
Right, I'm gonna play out the end because it was beautiful. Everything down below, give them some love.
Becomes another problem. Is this something we should
play it all the way out. Bye.